Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint Artist, and today we're doing, ooh, is that deep? Is that moody? Is that the Harvest Moon collection? Sure is. Okay, so let's do the Harvest Moon collection because a lot of people are scared of it, and I wanted to show how not scary it is because it's got these two colors right here. And these two colors are really the only ones you really want to focus on because these are all great. They're all buildable, but don't worry. It's these colors that just make it better, that make it doable. You want to have these colors in your arsenal. These are colors that are good, that come in the clutch. These are good colors. So we've got Black Friday. Now this is a cream. This is an eyeliner. It does not set. And that's why you want Salem. I'm also going to use this as a lip liner, believe it or not. And then we have Royal. And this is so pretty. It's a gloss. And it's not as scary as it looks. It's so, look at that. Not scary at all. But I'm going to show how to make this like a nice moody color. This is great for Christmas. This is great for family photos. These colors are so good. They come in the clutch, and I'm going to show you how I want to use them. So first things first, I'm going to pop into my everyday palette, and I'm going to get my blend brush, and I'm going to go into Versailles, and I am going to prep my lids. I like starting with a nice bright lid. It makes the pigments of the shadow better. You can use a neutral color and it will neutralize your colors on your lid. I promise you that. There's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're going for. I like my colors to pack a little more punch. I'm going to go into my vanilla dust and I'm going to set my lid and crease. That way I have a really nice blendable surface. And so I'm just going to pop this on. I'm going to bring it all the way up because I'm not going to use a shimmer under my brows. So there we go. Perfect. Ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go into my eyeshadow brush here. I'm going to grab a cleaning tile. We need that. If you don't have one of these, get yourself one. They're nice. So we're just going to pop that in. Look at how easy it is just to pop some colors in and pop them out. Clean in between your colors. All right. So again, like I said before, Black Friday does not set, but it makes a really great liner. So we're also going to grab the multitasker brush because we're going to line. Am I going to line right away? No. So starting with the eyeshadow brush on the fluffy end, I'm going to go into this deep and moody pomegranate. I love this color. I was in a wedding recently, and this color is the base of my eyeshadow look. So good. Look at that, nice and buildable. I'm gonna create a transition color, and then I'm gonna deepen this up a little bit. So I'm just blending this up. I have hooded eyes, and so I like pushing more of my color above my crease and onto my brow bone. And when I set my cream with that setting powder, it created a blendable surface that didn't let my shadow stick. So it's nice and even and so pretty. So I'm just creating this, look at that. Not scary. You could stop here and call it good. So again, I started on this outer corner, pushed into the crease because I wanted to bring it down. And then I grabbed a little more, tap off excess. Then I pushed up, focusing on the outer corner because I do want that deeper. And then onto that brow bone, bringing it up so that my hood was also moved. It kind of makes the crease look higher than it actually is. And it gets you out, and you can showcase these really pretty colors by doing so. All right, so just sweeping onto that brow bone, getting it all blended where I like it, and I like it like a lot. So right now I'm gonna just tap in more, making it nice and moody, and I'm gonna push this on the outer part of my eye. Not so much the inner lid, just the outer part of my eye, really deepening it. Then I'll push it inward, just blending it inward. I'm gonna grab a little bit here, and I'm gonna go under my eye, just like that. This is a transition under eye color because we're going to be putting black down there without it looking scary. But I love the way that this can be built up to being almost like it's two colors. I could go even deeper and spray this with setting spray and really make this pop, but I'm not. All right, so pushing that in, getting that under the eye part. We're going to clean it up at the end with that blend brush that's oh so good. And next I'm going to go into Gold Digger. It's this gold color right here. We're going to use our finger. scary. And we're gonna pop this right here in the middle, and then I'm gonna blend it out and up, just like that. Oh, that's good stuff. And it just kind of makes it seem not as scary, right? Not as scary. Putting it on, I'm gonna take that fluffy brush and I'm gonna blend it out around the edges, leaving that middle nice and pigmented. Pushing it in, pushing it up, pushing it out. I'm gonna grab and clean off the little end, grab a little bit, and we're just gonna get this under right here. It's so good. Don't get it on your eyeball like I just did, because it'll make you blink. Ta-da! Okay, next I'm gonna go in with that multitasker brush, and I'm just gonna put some on the tips, some of this Black Friday cream on the tip. Look at that. And we are just going to get this inner edge right here, not on the waterline, just on that inner edge. And this is just going to elongate my lash line and extend it because I don't have a lot of lashes on the inner part of my eye. It's not really bold. It's not super thick. I don't want it to be. I feel like a deep eyeshadow, I just don't need to. So I'm just going to grab some more. I'm used to tapping. And I'm going to get my liner on. Now again, I said this does not set, but I do like my eyeliner to stay. So I'm gonna put, I feel like creams are a little easier to why am I tapping? I like my creams because they're a little easier to navigate. And then I'll set it with my Salem liner. Now, if you go on the website and you look at Salem, it looks gray. It's clearly not, it's this one right over here. You could just use Salem if you want. You can wet your brush and you can have a really nice liner. But do you see how this is just so pretty? I think it's very pretty. All right, gotta clean it off. I'm gonna tap into Salem, that powder. Now I'm gonna tap it, and I am going to press over Black Friday, and it sets it, and then it will not transfer. Now you can get this wet and do it with just one color, or you can have both. A lot of people like having a good cream. Look at that. And then I'm gonna take whatever's left on my brush, and I'm gonna just smoke out my lash line with it. Not a harsh line, but I'm just gonna smoke it out, push it in, just like that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of my pomegranate color. I'm just gonna come over top of that liner, just like that. It just needed a little right there. Boom! Pretty stuff, right? Okay, grabbing that Black Friday, and we're just gonna follow that lash line. I go about halfway over, and we just, one thing I like about liner these days is you don't want it to be a perfectly straight line. You want it a little messy. It just gives a smoky illusion, especially once I set this with a powder. It's so good. Grabbing that Salem, tapping off the excess, and I will be setting that cream. I just think it makes it a little more bold and it won't fade through the day. Whereas if you use the eyeshadow as a liner with the setting spray, it can fade throughout the day. And this just keeps you from doing that. So now I'm just going along that lower lash line, just creating something, grabbing on the big end a little bit of that pomegranate and doing the same thing over here, just adding along that eyeliner line. All right, let's add some mascara, Bare Minerals Lashtopia. But look, this palette looks so scary. And look at how pretty it is. It's not as bold. It can be really bold. You can pop a lot of black on, but you don't need to. It's really that easy. Really, really, really this easy. All right, wiggling at the root and pulling. So easy. So easy. All right. Boom. Wiggle, pull. Wiggle, pull. It's these colors together, using that pomegranate with the Gold Digger. It's just a good warm combo. I like the fall burgundy. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm gonna wear this to the pumpkin patch. I've decided. But I've used pomegranate with a wedding this last weekend. I used it a lot more than I thought I was going to. It's such a good color. I'm gonna give everything a good final sweep. Just getting that pomegranate good and blended. Next, I'm going to take my blend brush. I'm going to go into my brightening color here. I'm going to pinch the small end and I'm going to just tap onto it. And I am going to go on both sides and just clean it up. And then I'm just going to use this to tap it. And I'm going to clean this up, grabbing that fluffy end and just giving it a good final whoosh whoosh. Look at how pretty that is. Just need to whoosh whoosh right there. Same over here. We're just going to clean things up using that fluffy end and whoosh whoosh, bringing it, blending it out, making it look natural. Okay, I'm going to go in right here to the small end of the multitasker brush, going back in, and I'm going to go into Black Friday. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going to line with Black Friday. Don't worry. Lining with Black Friday, it's going to be okay. Going to rub it, smoke it, and we're going to trust me. I'm going to go into Royal on both sides of my brush, boom, boom, and we're going to apply it on the bottom lip. You get a lot more control. And I'm going to mix it with that Black Friday. Look at that. It's just so moody and good. All right, top lip, we're going over and getting it on, blending it in. And it just creates this really pretty deep color. And nobody knows you lined your lips with black. But I like mixing that in because they're two very strong tones, black and red, that can take over anything. So when you mix them together, it just makes this really pretty, moody color. All right, I'm going to take that blend brush that I used under my eyes. I'm going to grab Royal, and I'm going to smile. I'm going to start up here, and we're going to bring this down. It's so good. We're just going to bring this down, and look at how pretty. It's such a scary color, but look at how it just creates this really pretty. This is why I like this for weddings. I like this for family photos, because you take a family photo and no matter what, it mutes down your color. So if you have something like this palette, this is what you want for your family photos, because the pigmentation is so good and it doesn't get out of hand fast. You just build with it. Because it's a gloss, it's sheer and buildable. Look at how pretty that is. It's such a great color. And it isn't pulling my scarring through. So I have a lot of acne scarring under my makeup, and this doesn't pull it through. And I like that about it. I don't know what undertone it has, but it keeps it from pulling my scarring through. It is a gloss, and so you can take something like a powder, like Vanilla Dust, and you can set it just so that it's not so tacky. I do find the glosses to be a little bit tacky, but this color, there's not a satin like it. There's just not. And so you can just set it and make it a satin by setting it with powder. And it's so good. So that is the, I believe it's called the Crescent Moon collection. It's so scary and moody, and a lot of people are steering away from it. Don't. It gives you it checks all of the good holiday boxes. You got a holiday party? This is your collection. You want to take a nice, deep and moody family photo at the pumpkin patch? This is it, and you're not going to look all this. You're going to look like this. And it's just really good. I don't know how to explain. I'm really bad with words. I use a lot of words. I'm not good at words. So that's it. That's the Harvest Moon collection. It's just so good. So go get it. Go get it, because I said so. Have a good day.